Hey guys, it's Matt Light, and welcome to another episode of the Matt Light Podcast. This is Season 3, Episode 29. I am your host, Matt Light, and alongside me here is your host, Dustin Dowling. Did you see that? I didn't call him a co-host because he's more than that. Do you know why I say that? Because they don't pay him, and he's got to get some sort of credit.
Well, thank you. But it is Episode 30 and not Episode 29. I almost hurt myself. Hold on.
These are not a good texture for your teeth.
I'm cramping up.
Put your teeth on this. How bad of a texture?
Wait, how do girls do that?
Well, they don't eat. First of all, if you think you're as big as the head of this microphone, you're out of your mind. That's an Uncle Charlie sausage right there. All right, shut up. Did you vote?
Yeah, I voted by mail.
What color did you vote?
Well, I voted by mail, so I think it tells you right off the bat.
Well, I went in person, which tells you I don't trust the mail. But I still voted.
I don't think anyone's really in,
No, I just don't have stamps.
Oh.
That's what I mean.
That's probably more correct than anything.
I don't, because I feel like, hey, if I got to get up and go get stamps, that line's going to be longer than the voting line.
I had 2 stamps left, and that's funny. If I wouldn't have had stamps, I might have went and voted today because it'd have been I had to go to the post office.
Yeah.
That's just almost as bad.
Yeah.
That's funny. But speaking of weird things in your mouth and shit, this is a weird thing. Do you know anything you look at anything, you can taste it in your mouth with your tongue, or you know what it feels like with your tongue? You notice that?
Yeah, I'm licking my teeth.
Isn't that weird?
Trying to feel the texture of it.
Taste that
this
wood.
hurts me.
Taste the
this
plastic.
hurts me because I know it gives a weird feeling on your teeth.
It does.
And what we're pointing at is the microphone foam.
Yeah, I guess we forget this.
It's like the scratch on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Feel your teeth grinding on a chalkboard right now. Doesn't that suck?
I'm so happy they got rid of chalkboards. That was a terrible thing.
Were you afraid of sushi because of the texture before you had it?
The word afraid's not correct, but yeah, I definitely had that feeling of I don't want to have. It has that slimy, weird feeling.
Do you like sushi?
Oh, I love it now.
Yeah.
I'm crazy about it.
I just had some, I think yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Okay. Wait. 2 days ago, yeah, because Natalie got home yesterday. I went with Natalie, and we ate edibles.
Oh, and then you went and got sushi? Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah. Ugh. So we, that's our thing. We'll go get high and go get hibachi when she's in town.
That's my life.
It's the best.
Wait, hibachi? Wait, where'd you go?
We went to Nakama. So my favorite is Ichiban.
Yeah, Ichiban.
Benny Hammers is up there too, but we went to Nakammer instead. Itchhammer. Itchhammer. So they're all hammers.
You just got to get that in there.
Well, so I'll tell you how it went. So, as you know, my friend Natalie Moses, very funny comedian, currently lives in Atlanta, and she was in town for her brother's wedding, and we didn't think we'd have time to hang out, but she's like, hey, come out. And I was like, all right, cool. I got edibles, sports. So we go there, and we get there, and our chef reminds us of a comedian here that we don't like. And I was already in a fucking foul mood. It's almost like, when you have a dream about somebody and then the next time you see them,
kind of mad at them.
You fucking hate them, even though you know they didn't do anything wrong. Yeah. But it's like, what you did. So I didn't like this guy because he looked like somebody that I don't like. And so he's doing his, I don't want to do the sound effects, but he's doing,
chop, chop, ching, chop.
Yeah, on the table. And he gets cocky and he says, why's my nose running? He gets cocky to me and he says, if I spill anything, it's free. And I'm high as shit.
Waffle fries and a Coke.
And he wasn't black.
I know, but you sounded
right.
Anyways, I'm thinking about it.
I'm glad he wasn't, because if I said it was a comedian that I didn't like, that narrows it down to 3.
Yeah.
The game of Guess Who Matt doesn't like is your comedian white.
Yep. There. Yeah.
All right, it's down to 3 comedians now. Which one? No, it's a white dude. And so he goes, if I get anything on you, it's free. And I go, okay. So he's doing his thing. He's spinning the spatula, and the fucking spatula flies out of his hand. And it fucking crushes my stacked double yum yum sauce. And it fucking explodes all over me. And like immediately I'm like, wow, this turned from hibachi to bukkake really fucking quick. And he started laughing, and I was like, well, you said it was free.
Yeah, right.
He's like, well, yeah, I know, but that's because I didn't think this would happen. I go,
Right. Now it's pulling back on
like,
it.
well, listen, dickhead, it happened. It's free. And he's like, all right, I'll go get my manager. I'm like, dude, I'm just kidding. Like, I'm clearly just kidding. But he was like, one of the guys who, like, somebody's not good at something when they have to keep telling you how good they are.
Yeah.
My rice was fucking chewy, like crunchy. It was making me mad. So I had crunchy rice. I had no yum yum sauce because it was all over my t-shirts. Natalie is so high because we were laughing so hard for the first 20 minutes. Like, we were just laughing at everything. And I looked over at her, and she had that blank stare where she's just watching the grill. And then like I take a sip of my drink, which also has yum yum sauce in it, and the server won't fucking replenish me. You got a full one right there. I go, yeah, but there's fucking pink shit. There's pink gack flowing into it from Frank from Bingo. Okay, can you take this? So Natalie looks over to me, and she goes, fuck. And I go, what's wrong? She goes, shit. And I was like, are you that high? She's like, I'm so uncomfortably high in public right now. So I was like, all right, well, let's like relax. So we eat, we finish our dinner, we go over to Mario's, and I was like, let's have a drink there. She gets a Diet Coke and a water. She's so fucked up. She can't even drink. I have one Icy Light Mango. And I'm like, all right, let's get home. So anyways, we get home. But edibles are I ate my leftovers. I got so much food. They were gone in like 4 minutes. When you're high, listen to yourself eat. It's
so loud,
it's
too.
disgusting.
It's the loudest thing. And especially with edibles, you're high for such a long period of time, and it's full body high.
Yeah.
And so food is like a life-changing experience. Especially leftovers, because you're like so comfortable and you're just in your safe place. You're just like, oh, I can taste my butthole through this. How is this so good?
So for me, like after COVID, edibles were only for COVID for me.
Okay.
Because I was like, I'm so fucking bored. I'm gonna get high and play video games. And I remember talking to my buddy Phil. We were playing video games all the time. And I was so high, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get my pizza I just cooked. He's like, what are you talking about? He's got the headset on. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go get my pizza. He's like, Matt, you were eating it on the fucking game 5 minutes ago. And I go, no, I wasn't. So I go look in the oven. The oven, there's nothing in there.
God.
But there's no cheese missing. You know that you see melted cheese or shit on the ground?
Yeah.
Nothing. And I go into the the trash can to make sure that I actually eat it. Because it has the cardboard circle. And it was in there. And I was like, shit, I ate it. So I ate another one. I remember Justine going, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, I'm on my third pizza.
That's the best thing when you were so stoned and you're like doing detective work on yourself.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, what just happened in the last 20 minutes? Was I fed? Did I go to the bathroom? Let's see.
Well, do you do detective work on yourself when you're drunk? So when I'm blacked out, I delete all my text messages before I go to bed. Mm-hmm. So that I don't see them and I don't know what I said. Because I'll be embarrassed. I know that I said something embarrassing.
Generally, if I'm saying embarrassing things, try to use Snapchat. So by the morning, they're gone already. So it's like, oh, nothing. I didn't do anything bad anyways, because Snapchat was like, you're good, man. It's gone. So it's automatic. So, but if I would say something dumb on text, I would find it.
Yeah.
But,
Well, Twitter, speaking about saying things dumb.
Yeah.
Is Twitter going to survive?
I think so. I think it's just like every other propaganda media thing. What are you doing? You're going to fart into the mic. Oh, my God. That didn't even sound real. It didn't sound real.
Yeah, why does that sound just like it?
It sounded like I had it on the board.
Dude, my
should have
mic,
recorded it.
My mic is going to give somebody pink eye.
I don't know what you do to the mics. Because I never do that.
Oh, my asshole's just that powerful.
Powerful enough you should have recorded
So
to Twitter.
Twitter's estimated worth $20 billion.
Yeah.
He bought it for 44.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do believe it was a little bit of like he didn't really think he was going to go through with it.
Does this not remind you of somebody else?
What, that just buys crazy shit for no reason?
No. How like Trump didn't think he was going to win the election, and then he won.
Yeah, but
like, oh, fuck,
I don't
now
like
I'm going to take over.
I don't like when they put Trump and Elon in the same category.
But I just mean like just trolling for another agenda.
Oh, yeah.
And then they get they called their bluff, and they're like, oh, fuck.
But okay,
I'm president. Now I own Twitter.
So I agree that he definitely overspent, and he's kind of like, oh, fuck with it. But the whole news around it, where they're like, oh man, Twitter's gonna be gone, and Elon Musk is just like Trump, and it's just more. He's gonna figure it out. He's gonna make more money 10 years from now. Twitter's not gonna be gone. It's gonna be some other thing.
Will you pay $8 if you were verified right now? Mm-hmm. Would you continue to pay $8 a month?
If it was more of like in my business, I would say yes. But
See, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
it's $8. That's one thing on DoorDash.
Well, when people see it as, it's like they want it to be like this open source, free speech space when it's just someone's company. So if you want that, someone needs to get.
You make it.
You make it. You make it. Otherwise, go scream in the streets. I don't disagree with the sense of like, yeah, it's a huge space for freedom of speech, and it is a little scary that now that this Elon can kind of just do what the hell he wants with it. So if he just decides one day that he wants to get rid of certain type of, like, I don't like what you guys are saying, we're just all going to suspend you. Like, that's kind of, but I don't.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of what they did before?
Exactly.
So what's the difference?
That's what I thought. That's why I see it as just, now everyone's just pissed it's on the other side now. Everyone's like, news and reactions.
Because when they got rid of Trump, everyone was like, that's great.
Yeah.
Now Elon's like, oh, you don't agree with me? Get fucked. And they're like, wow, that's kind of rude.
I don't think we're really going to know until a couple of years. I think we'll look back and it's just going to be like, Twitter is for this way of speech, and Facebook, like, who goes to Facebook now and reads comments thinking, oh, this is where the conversation's happening.
Over or under, this time next year, will I be verified on any platform?
I mean, if you paid for it, obviously. You
No. You have to be verified first, and then you can continue to pay for it. I don't think it's just you get $8 to be verified, because then the badge doesn't mean shit.
Are you saying a year from now?
Yeah, 1 year from now. Today is November something, 7th, 8th, November 8th, because the election day. Today is November 8th, 2022. Will I be verified on one of these 4 platforms? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok?
I don't think so.
And which one am I most likely to be verified on?
Probably TikTok. Not TikTok, I'm sorry. Probably Twitter.
I'm going to say Instagram first. And then I'm going to say, I think Facebook. Well, they're the same, right?
Facebook and Instagram.
So once you're verified on one.
Instant verification. There you go. And that was it. You only need like 3 more parts in the media.
How many parts will it take?
Yeah, that's really it's a secret, actually. Well, the thing is, for you to be verified,
Can I tell you why I'm farting so much?
I guess. Go ahead.
So
your podcast.
Yesterday, I went to McDonald's.
Are you farting this bad because of what you had yesterday?
No, I had Burger King this morning. but last night,
11 in the morning.
it was breakfast. You gotta eat breakfast. So last night, I ate so much food. I had a McChicken with extra mayo.
Extra mayo.
What was it? Deluxe. And then I had a fillet of fish, and then I had fries. And as soon as I finished my last bite, my stomach was just like, oh. And so I'm like, the next fart is going to be a great fart. So I recorded it.
That's the one you recorded.
Knowing it was going to be so good.
Oh, my God. It's like the Letterkenny episode where they're recording their farts and posting them, and it's like and they take everything so seriously. Seriously, it's also like a parody on the Facebook movie. If you ever seen that episode,
There we go.
try to show the camera the video as you put the like. Just...
So I was like, I wonder how funny it would be in slow motion. Yeah, one more time though. I was in my house by myself laughing for 10 minutes.
The way you compliment yourself with like maybe you should upload that to TikTok just so that other people could use the sound and redo themselves.
So here's my problem with it, is that TikTok has me on an account warning. So every time I post something, it has to be approved.
Oh, someone's watching it. What's wrong with farts?
Well, it's a bodily function that's inappropriate, apparently. Because I posted it for an hour and it got no likes, no views, nothing. And I go, what's wrong with this fucking fart?
It's a bodily function.
So I looked at like what happened to me to get me in trouble. And it was one of those. And I was like,
TikTok only wants real talent, Matt. And it does not.
Right, yeah, I know. A braless girl who jumps. Fucking talent beyond belief. Listen, here's the thing. I knew this was such a good fart that I hide my farts. You know, like I snap my farts to my friends all the time. Mm-hmm. But I never publicly go, hey, listen to this shit. Because, like, you know, you're a guy and, like, girls look at your stuff. Mm-hmm. And you don't want one of them to be like, that's fucking gross.
That's gross.
I was like, you know what? I don't care. They're going to love this.
It's so good.
And one of the girls actually replied to me, not one, I'm not talking to them, but a girl replied, goes, that's fucking hysterical. And she's like, I just showed my roommate this and we can't stop laughing. I said, I can't stop shitting. So, you know.
So speaking of everyone, you know, starting their own social media platforms, because, you know, Kanye West is buying his own.
What is he going to do?
He's buying Parler. He's supposedly going to buy the conservative one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, Antonio Brown is starting an XFL team.
What?
He wants to. It's called the AB Boomers.
Is this real?
And you can sign up on Google to audition to try out for them. Not to be mistaken for his other team name that he had, the Retardinals. Did you see that?
I can't tell if you're making this up or not.
Like 3 weeks ago, Antonio Brown says, starting my own football team, who wants to play? And it was a Cardinals logo with a super big forehead and the eyes.
How is he not like canceled?
And it said Retardinals.
Oh my God, this dude. He needs to run for president if he's going to make jokes for that.
Well, that's my new fantasy football team name. And I will be honest, since becoming the Retardinals, I've won 3 games straight.
Oh my God.
I had one win until then.
I want to show you this clip. Have you seen this clip of him?
About CTE?
No. So this guy is drilling Antonio Brown on like basically being an asshole to Tom Brady.
Okay.
Hopefully I got it the right.
But he never did that to you.
That is what it
Brady
is.
didn't do that to you, bro. Brady had your back. But Brady had your back the entire time. Brady was all love with you. Brady went at bat for you.
This is a parody, man. It's a charity shirt to raise money for the fatherless kids.
Did you hear what he said?
But even
Parody.
Oh my
That's a
God. Do you know the reason he said it like that is because like some attorney or someone that he hired came up to him and be like, dude, like you gotta say it's a parody. And he was like, all right. And like he didn't, it didn't really. It's the first time he probably ever heard that word ever. And so when he was pressed on it, he's like, "It's pierogies." So I wanted a T-shirt that says, "It's a pierogi," and it just says AB. And I think that's so funny. But you would have to see this interview.
Is he the best?
I don't know what he is anymore. He's entertaining in some form. Seeing him and Kanye West like have the same. What are these rain boots that they're showing off now? That's what they're walking in. Like, it's.
I love it. I do. I know I shouldn't. There's certain things you shouldn't like or laugh at, but I'm at the point now where everything is so desensitized because the internet is so ruthless. Like, there's so many funny, fucked up memes that it's like, okay, that's okay until there's a face behind it.
Yeah.
Until you see who creates it, then it's like, oh,
well, until you
that
start fucking
person's
with
a
someone's
bad
money.
person.
When you fuck with someone's money, they're like, don't like that.
But you still think it's funny, right? Like, I'm going to show you the mascot.
What, the mascot he did? AB did, you mean? Or
Yeah.
By the way, so this interview is kind of funny because they're just pressing on AB, and you can see him kind of slump in to his shame because he kind of knows it, but he has got nothing left. It's just a pierogi.
So I'm going to show you
It's for
Antonio
charity.
Brown's.
Pierogies for charity.
What's the team name called?
You say it. I don't.
Cardinals.
Oh my God!
Bruh.
Show the camera. Show the camera. Do you think 20 years ago, if some NFL player fell off, like this wouldn't even be possible because either someone would stop them or they wouldn't have access to like an audience 20 years ago to do this kind of crazy thing. There's no one telling AB, hey, that might be a bad idea.
No, the thing is there are people that tell him that.
You don't give
and then
a
he
shit.
tells them, well, fuck you. You're dead to me. And then he rats them out on
Yep,
Twitter.
you're right. That is what he does.
He
doesn't care.
He's like, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it. You're either yes man or get the fuck away from me.
If you even like budge off like his way, or you just like don't agree with him a little bit, Matt.
Keep talking.
That wasn't worth it. That one was not
I
worth it.
felt like it was. Just keep going. How many are we on the fart meter? Is that 3?
3 or 4.
All right.
I think you might have did one before we started.
How many till I get verified again? Was it?
I think it was 5 is what it was. What was that?
This mic smells like warehouse and shit.
You're farting into the mic and then you're talking into the mic and forgetting that it
Will
smells
that give
like
you
shit.
bad breath?
I don't know, but my head hurts so much from laughing. I got like massage myself. I'm like,
This is probably the most brain dead fucking podcast we've ever
I didn't
done.
do any notes either.
There's no, but it's fun.
It's fun. Is anyone ever watching live? We used to have people live.
No, I mean, I think I alienated everybody at this point. I talked about my political views. I talked about the Antonio
also
Brown
share
football
it.
team.
So when you talked about your political views, you talked it on stories. Like you didn't post.
No, I
like,
posted it.
Show me this post. I'm just like.
I posted it.
I am lightheaded right now.
Look, so AC Slater, remember him?
But that. I did see this post, and I agree with you because I thought it was so funny.
His AC Slater, if you don't remember him, he was the jock idiot from Saved by the Bell.
Right.
Now he's known as the most annoying fucking human anytime you go on vacation because the second you turn on your hotel TV, Access Hollywood. Wow, this new movie coming out. Get fucked with my veneers.
Quick zoom to Mario.
Whoa, look at me. I haven't aged in forever.
Read this tweet. 'cause
First of all, can I say how much of a piece of shit Mario Lopez really is? There was a guy that posted something as a joke. It's a guy real, and he posted like this assholes live forever. It was either him or another guy. And they posted something saying, guys, don't let somebody with a girlfriend, don't let a girl with a boyfriend discourage you because when she's single, she's talking to 20 guys. Now it's just 1 versus 1. And then Mario Lopez replied, facts. Real shit, right? The reason why this is fucking hysterical is because Mario Lopez stole somebody's fiance from Pittsburgh, and they didn't find out until they were watching a Showtime boxing event, and his girl was next to Mario Lopez, his current wife.
That's crazy.
Mario Lopez is a piece of shit. So Mario Lopez posts this, and he doesn't do spell check because why the fuck would you? Before you vote, go grocery shopping, gas up your car, pay your bills, look at you 401k, then vote. Mario, let me break something down for you.
Look at you 401k. That's what he actually typed.
Yeah. Look at you 401k is something that somebody says who doesn't have a 401k.
I know.
Here's my thing. This is the most money I've ever made in my life this year. I don't give a fuck about grocery shopping, filling up the tank of my car, because this is the hardest I've ever worked this year. All of those things that he's worried about is all about money. If you don't have enough money, make more money. You can always find a way to do it. Do you want to? No. But you can go fucking Uber. You can go DoorDash. You can do other things. You can work at Amazon seasonally. So I don't want to hear that people don't have money. Mm-hmm. My problem is that there's things that you can't fucking contribute. And I posted, before I vote, I'm going to think about all the women in my life who I love and care about. Because to me, there should never be an election, and I don't want to get political, but I have to.
We're already there.
We're already there. There should never be an election where, like, one thing, one topic is the end-all, be-all, right? Roe versus Wade. Mm-hmm. For me, that is now. I don't give a fuck about anything else. Not worried about it. Because to me, I think that's the most important thing. I think it's her body, her choice. I think that any fucking asshole who thinks they should have a say in that, who's not really involved in the situation, should fuck off, right? These are the same politicians that cheat on their wives with mistresses, and they have fucking abortions, but because they want to look good to a certain party, they act like, oh, no, that's the Christian way. Did you ever read the fucking Bible?
Well, that's always the craziest part, is they're all liars.
You're hypocrites.
They're the hugest hypocrites ever. And you're right, and it's easier when you at that level. You can pay someone or have your own. You can have the procedure probably done in your house. You're so damn fucking rich.
Yeah. So, like, to me, it's not a blue versus red thing. If that one topic was on the conservative side, I would vote red this year. Mm-hmm. To me, that's the most important thing. Mm-hmm. Everything else, fuck off. Figure it out. So that's why I voted blue. So vote blue.
Yeah, and that is such a passive-aggressive treat.
It is.
He's it's basically saying I'm a rich freaking asshole.
Yeah, your net worth is $40 million, you fucking dickhead.
Yeah, it's the only thing that matters.
Like, does it really matter? Like, is there ever a difference between having 15 and 40 million?
That's what I think, right? What is Kanye West like? He's waking
competing,
up
it's
and
power.
And he's like, I lost all. Right, it's about power now. It's not about money. He's even said that actually.
Yeah.
Like I'm a couple $1 billion less. Like, does it matter? Because
it's the same reason.
Money.
It's the same reason why I've always said this. Guys are not faithful because of the power trip. It's not because they're not attracted to their girlfriends anymore. You could date a 9. You could date a 10. Right? But if you're going to cheat, you usually cheat with a 5 or a 6 or a 7 because you can.
That might go forever. I'm going to have to grab that.
The phone?
The phone.
There's a phone going off?
Where's that coming from?
I have no idea.
Is that in here?
There's a phone going off right now. Somebody's calling. You know what it might be?
What's that?
It might be some politician who uses a studio calling to, excuse me.
It's the wrong number. They're calling the wrong.
Is it Kanye?
This is actually the camera? Because this is the producer one.
The camera's ringing?
Well, there's a phone connected to the camera.
This camera is so fancy that the camera is what's setting it off right now. Is it off? Did you hang up? Did you pick up?
I did hang up. Hopefully they don't call back. That's just like
Yeah.
trying to call the office phone.
Okay.
It's the election day, so they're probably. I know there's a remote out right now.
Okay.
You know, fancy stuff.
Yeah.
That's why you have a different mic, because there's a mic somewhere.
You know, my big problem though is about politics, and you got to figure this out.
It grinds
for me.
my gears.
Why is it always down to the two worst?
Well, that's because the way the system is set up, for how we have the voting system, like the way, we have the primaries and even before that. So what eventually happens is there's really only two parties That's why in other countries there's a bunch of parties because their voting system is a little set up differently, so it's easier for the power to distribute. But the way our laws are, the power kind of only goes to 2 parties.
But I mean, like, why? Like, when it's between 2 people, it's usually like, fuck.
Because like the way our system is set up, it's with money and stuff, and you just gotta lean just the way you do comedy and have your audience. You
Like,
gotta
Sean
lean into
Fetterman
that.
cannot talk.
That's just terrible bad luck for him having a stroke a couple months ago. Before that, he could talk. Supposedly in January, he said he was gonna be able to talk way better. So we'll see what happens.
And what's Biden's excuse?
He's just an old student. He's been stuttering since he was a kid.
Yeah, and I
man.
thought the same thing too, but then he just gives up now.
Well, I think that's true. It's almost better when he kind of gives up because
He's like, the thing about the economy is when you take the economy and you got, fuck it.
I like when he gives up
Just-
because when he tries to fix himself, he stutters worse and the clip is worse. If he just kind of stops and owns it, it comes off a little bit better.
Well, Trump said he's very, 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 very likely to run very soon. I think he is just milking this,
I think he's running.
riding it along, and he's gonna take that fucking paycheck and be like, "You're all fucked."
I think he's running. Him and DeSantis are like beefing this week about something.
What are they gonna fight?
I don't know what they're fighting about.
Why don't they just do boxing for president?
Wouldn't that just be great?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be so great to do.
Like they
something.
get to like a WWE. Like, do you remember like Vince McMahon and who was it? Vince McMahon and Trump. Like one had Bobby Lashley and one had somebody else, and they just I think each party should represent somebody to fight. You know what I mean?
You're gonna have your champ. I think you need to have your champion because if you want anything really physical, I think we need to have things like, hey, okay, order an Uber on your phone, send me, but export a PDF and then email it to me. You know, accomplish that task because I guarantee you there are politicians right now that could not do that, cannot do that, and that boggles my mind.
My uncle makes 6 figures and he doesn't know how to manage his bank account. He doesn't understand it.
I believe
He's never done his bills. His wife has always done everything.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't fucking care about that.
doesn't understand how to move interest. Does only understands paper checks.
If there were like things that you needed to learn how to do better, like for me, number 1 is cooking. For me, I'd love to be a good cook. 2, I'd love to learn ASL.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because I find it very interesting. I also I don't have anybody in my family that's deaf, but I want them to feel comfortable around me because I would assume that if we were to guess right now, what percentage of Americans know ASL?
I don't know. Casey knows ASL.
I would say 6%.
That's low.
Do you know it?
Casey knows that.
Do you know it?
No, she tries.
Okay,
to
so
teach me,
0%
and
of
I'm
the room right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So, like-
can't stand trying to learn it.
So I'll look right now. Ready? What percent of Americans know ASL? 1%.
That's a crazy number.
Yeah, less than 500,000 people.
So, what percentage of that do you think are blue-haired girls that are really?
99.94%.
Now, see, that's a weird thing because it wasn't like that when the COVID started. The people in the corner of the screen were like older and very calm, and they would do the ASL like this.
Yeah, well, the one girl got fired for it
Because she was faking it.
She was faking it.
But as the pandemic
She-
went along,
did you just hail Hitler on that last one?
no, I did not hail Hitler.
No, not you, but I'm saying like you watched
did
it doing
she?
like,
Yeah,
did she just
she
hail
just-
Hitler on that
I
one? I
seen
think
that.
she just saluted the wrong team there. I don't know.
But it's so true. As the pandemic went on, the ASL part of the screen got bigger to a point where almost it was half and half.
Because it was funny.
And the person
No,
got
it's
like
more entertaining.
They were like
Yeah.
really zooming it
Putting
in.
on a show.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like, what happened?
I told you about like 10 years ago at the Improv, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
I was doing a show at the Improv, and I was actually doing a contest, I think. And at the contest, they had an ASL signer on this corner of the stage, and like I didn't care about winning the contest. So I was like, what the fuck? Why are they not laughing? And they're like, they're deaf. And I go, is that why she's up here? And they were like, yeah, because I was the first one up. And I was like, check this out. Blowjob, blowjob, blowjob. And I had a 5-minute set. For 5 minutes, I was like, blowjob, blowjob, suck dick, eat ass, suck dick.
So
Suck.
did she have-
She's fucking sucking fake dick for 5 minutes. Of course I advanced. Because one, nobody else could talk to her now. You know what I mean? Like, it was, oh, he already fucking did it. And what's funnier than suck dick? Watching a girl just fucking. And the thing was, she wasn't just doing the motion. She was twisting her fucking hand. She was spitting on her knuckles. She was looking up at me with her tongue out. I was like, she's in love. I felt like ASL from the chat rooms. Hey, ASL, 33 male PA with pics.
That's fun. Usually when I think ASL, I do think that back in the chat room.
How many, if you go back, because we're close to the same age, right?
Close enough. Yeah.
How many people do you think that we talked to in chat rooms jacked off to us as kids?
Oh man, I get scared thinking about that. I do, and it does pop in my head where I'm like, I could just have been lying.
I remember the first girl I ever talked to. Her name on AIM was Hip Hop Tip 13. She's from Houston, Texas. I don't remember her real name. I think she was real. The second person I remember talking to was in a fucking chat room. And we're talking, and I tell her I'm 18, you know what I mean? I'm like maybe 12, 13.
Oh, my God.
And I get a picture, and it's a naked woman, like 24, in the shower, water dripping all down her. And I'm like, Dad, come here. I'm talking to this girl right now. And my dad goes,
oh, your dad down?
My dad was like, hey, where'd you meet this person? He's investigating, and I thought he was going to punish me. Next thing you know, he's on my laptop when I come home from school. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm talking to all these fucking hot girls, man. He's like, this is awesome. Like, I never realized, like, yeah, I was 12 and stupid. Dad, you were like 40, you fucking idiot.
Oh, my
God.
God.
And you were not talking to anybody who was hot.
But he's probably still thinking the same thing. He's still probably getting tricked.
Yeah, exactly. Dad, you were jacking off to a mirror image of yourself, essentially. Like, you were talking to another guy from Northside.
Two old dudes.
Just jacking off, thinking, oh, we're talking to this hot fucking person.
Oh, my God. That's so disgusting.
Do you remember the first time you came?
Yes.
Paint the picture. I mean, don't paint the picture, but
all right.
Tell us about it.
No, I just remember. I remember who it was, but I knew what I was doing.
What do you mean, who it was?
Like who I was thinking about, which was funny. But whatever. What am I gonna paint you a picture? I just remember.
Like, do you remember like what the setting was, where you were, what you were doing?
In bed.
And you're like, I'm gonna jack off.
Yep.
Finally.
I knew. I was like,
this is my moment.
Yeah.
You never did it before?
I think I was blue balling myself. I didn't know. I was like, how do I like in what? And then the last time it was like, oh,
yeah.
Oh shit! What was that?
So I'll tell you my story.
All right, because I feel more comfortable you telling yours.
I was like 12 or 13.
I think I was the same age.
And I was a late bloomer. All my friends were coming, and I wasn't.
This is definitely the cum zone.
So
changing the name.
So I remember like being 12. I would get off, but nothing would come out. I would just be like, oh, I finished. You know, like, you know.
What was it?
Kind of like a. No, it just was like you were just done, right? Oh, I just dropped my phone. You were just done. And I'll never forget the one time I did it. How much do you think came out?
I don't know, but the way you're setting it up, too much. So much.
No, it was like a Visine eye drop of cloudy white just on the head of my penis. And I go, there it is.
So disgusting.
I just became a man.
Oh my God.
I can't. And then after that, like, I don't know if I just had sticky cum and it was after, dude, shots.
Bro.
Just
Bro. bro.
No more teardrops, bro. We were celebrating. There was confetti
Oh,
everywhere.
disgusting. This is why I gotta make notes for shows. Otherwise, we're just gonna talk about cum for an hour. That's basically the fall to subject. When I have zero to talk about, Matt's like, let's talk about when cum comes out my penis. Let's keep talking
now.
about that.
Talk about it now.
What do you mean? In this moment, you're talking about it.
In this actually, that reminds me of a song from 30 Seconds to Mars. You want to hear it?
Jared Leto.
Yeah, do you remember them?
I remember Jared Leto
All right, well, shut
being
up.
part of that
Listen.
fucking band. It says in your face.
Yeah, because it's Come Break Me Down. But the song was What If I Wanted to Fight, Beg for the Rest. They put the two versions together.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it became here.
I heard it. I heard it.
We'll listen to it again. I think you have to hear it again. Hold on. You're like, can I look at my clock? This is the worst episode ever.
No, I was not looking.
I'm
looking at my
enjoying this one.
I was looking at my text messages. Where is this saved at?
It's on Instagram.
Because I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard it, I was like, my brain was confused because I was laughing because I heard what he said. I'm like, that's not the song, right?
No, it is.
Okay.
That's it. Well, yeah, but when he goes, come, break me down.
Right. I remember.
Yeah. That version's way better, though.
So better. You're right.
What if he
better.
went to a concert and if he fucking did that?
I think that would be hilarious. Stuff like that happens now. Like they get famous in some weird way,
Yeah.
and then they have to like.
Well, I always like when a
take on
celebrity
that.
like breaks character in a performance. I've always liked that. Like when somebody falls off stage and they don't just like get back up and start dancing. Like they laugh about it. Like I'm a fucking idiot. Like I like that. Like Bring Me the Horizon. Like there's a. It doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna understand this, but like there's a techno sound to the beginning of their song, and it's a. Well, he fucking just because like that sound isn't there live. It plays in the background, but he'll be like da 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 and just mock it, and it's so fucking funny because he knows while we're driving, we're all doing that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. That is really funny. I know exactly, and I have done that to that song. I know what you mean.
You know, I was thinking about this. I think I've had depression since I was a child, and here's why. When you watch a movie and it's a really good movie, and the credits come up. How do you feel about yourself?
That's when you are thinking about yourself.
Because I'm like so sad that it's over. I'm like, it's over. Now what do I do with the rest of my life?
So that's a little weird. I do remember the way you put that when I would watch movies as a kid. Like, I would have this feeling of like, sad.
Yeah.
But like you put it in such a more depression or.
Yeah, like
point,
now
but I did-
what? Now I'm going to go outside and fuck this.
But now, movies actually kind of put more money into their credits. So when I was a kid, like when we were kids, movies were always like black screen and here comes the credits.
Yeah.
But now there's always kind of animation and there's after credit scenes. So like
I was midway into this concert, Bring Me the Horizon, and I love them. They're my favorite band. They're from the UK. And it sucks that your favorite band is not from the United States. Because you don't get to see them every 7 or 8 months, right? It's once a year, if you're lucky. And I haven't seen them since 2019, right? And I remember like halfway through the performance, I'm having so much fun, and I go, I'm not gonna fucking experience this again for at least a year. And I didn't enjoy the second half of the concert. Because I was so fucking sad. It was like a breakup. I'm like, this is it.
you need to do some drugs, more drugs.
That's it.
Yeah. Obviously, you
I
need to
did
do
mushrooms
drugs.
there.
Well, you didn't do it at the right time, I guess.
Well, I did it the wrong. I didn't like it. It was a body mushroom, though. It wasn't a visual mushroom. So I felt like I was having a Fetterman.
So wait, you can choose like in Mario, like you get like a big mushroom, little mushroom, fire mushroom.
Depending on what type, like what you buy. So like I had actual mushrooms, and the strand of the mushroom was going to give you a body high, and I didn't like it because I took it, and I just could feel my hands just like shaking, and I looked over to my friend and I was like, "Yo, is this normal?" And they're like, "Just ride the wave, just ride. You're gonna be fine in a couple seconds. Just ride the wave." I'm expecting all the visual lights to be like this colors. This should be sick. And it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
I need those.
I think
ones.
it's LSD you need to do.
No, mushrooms, but it's
Okay.
more visual ones. You don't know your drugs.
I don't.
What's the hardest drug you've ever done?
What's the pill that everyone takes that is technically legal?
What is it?
Heroin, but it's not really heroin. It's
You mean like a pill? Oxys?
Oxys.
Yeah.
Technically, that's the hardest drug, even though it was totally legal and it's given by the dentist or something.
Yeah. Did you ever?
Adderall.
Did you ever have your? Did you ever have the laughing gas? Did you ever say something stupid?
I've never had laughing gas. I guess when you get plugged into oxygen, sometimes you get kind of high if you get a lot of oxygen.
I think that's the greatest feeling in the world.
Laughing gas or
Oh my God, it's so fucking funny. That, like, because I remember when I had a kidney stone, they put me on it.
Yeah.
Hurt so bad. I was so fucking. They put me on some medicine and some fucking. I was so fucked up. I was like, I get why people want this for the rest of their lives.
That's why I love oxys.
Because I was like, I don't give a fuck about anything
Anything.
else. I'm cool smelling like shit in this bed for the rest of my life and have somebody give me fucking sponge baths. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I totally get
Fuck
that.
it. I don't have to pay bills. Put me in the sponge bath.
When I had shoulder surgery, I was obviously like still kind of high for like the next day from all the medicine, and then they were giving me oxys.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was like tripping balls. Like, this is great.
Like
I feel great.
Like I think about coke, right? Mm-hmm. And I think the thing about cocaine, I don't think it's the cocaine that is good. I think it's the idea that you're doing it with your friends that's fun. Kind of like when you do a shot, right? Like it's like oh, we're all fucking doing this, right? We're all intending on being idiots tonight. Mm-hmm. And I think the socialization of like doing a bump, you're like, yeah, this is cool. I think that's it. I don't think it's necessarily the high. Or even when you get drunk. Because I think about
Well, you're saying you kind of get a bigger high when you're like in a party atmosphere?
I think you have
That's true.
I just think that like the drug and the alcohol itself, you don't need it. I bet you if I had shots of non-alcoholic shit and we were passing them around and having a party atmosphere, you'd have just as much fun.
I wouldn't. Fun is a different word to use, but if you would actually say you would feel just as drunk or just as high, I think some, maybe even half, like it's a high percentage, would feel like they were getting something. But to a point, then it would be like, all right, I'm no longer feeling that way. What happened?
Well, there's a downer. Yeah. Because your adrenaline wears off.
Yeah.
And you crash because that's not really in your system.
And then you would realize, oh, we were not really taking drugs.
Right.
And you're an asshole, Matt, for giving everyone
Placenta?
Placenta? I almost said placenta.
Placebo?
Placebo.
What is
right.
placebo?
That's what that means when you give someone, like, it's basically what they do in the labs, and they give the real drug to one person, and they get a sugar pill to the other person. The sugar pill would be the placebo.
Oh, and then they ask, how do you feel?
Yeah, and they ask how you feel.
Oh, yeah?
And then they're
Oh,
surprising. Oh, yeah, the placebo works, like, a lot. It works a lot.
Well, that's a lot like I was telling you about my inhaler. Mm-hmm. So, like, if there's no pumps left, it's just the idea of the air hitting you is actually just as good.
I don't know if that's true. That's
No, it
so
is true.
scary. I'm sure it works a little bit,
Look it
but
up.
man, there's been days if my inhaler wasn't working, I'm like fucking gonna.
Well,
go to
yeah.
the
My breathing's actually been better recently because I've actually been taking medicine, like Advair.
Oh, you're on your Advair now?
I'm on my Advair again.
Advair boys.
And it's just
yeah.
like, I use my inhaler maybe once a day when I was using like 20 puffs a day, which is fucking, first of all,
That's not good.
terrible for you.
Yeah, you're just
Bad for your heart.
It stops working as well, and that's bad for your heart. You're just puffing steroids.
But I
into your
think I'm
lungs.
like running into some issues because my sleep is so bad. Dude, it's not that, but ever since I got back from Miami, I go to bed at like 3 p.m. Like I'll work till 3 p.m. and then I'm fucking just exhausted. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know what you're pointing at.
I was just saying it'll be okay, bud. It'll
Are
be
you,
all right.
are you mentioning that I gained weight a little
It'll be
bit?
all right.
Why do you squeeze that?
I didn't mean to.
Okay, well, since I'm fat,
You get so sensitive sometimes.
I'm gonna go
It's so
join the
funny.
gym, guys. This was episode 54. Pounds overweight. This was episode, what was it, 30? BMI? My
episode
BMI was
30.
30. Great, thanks, guys. I'm fucking fat. Don't cancel me, Taylor Swift, because I said I'm fucking fat. Big fat fuck.
You big fat.
I'm a big fat fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. Fat fuck. Big fat fuck.